Welcome back to the restaurant show. Joining us now, we have the king of mustard, Barry Levinson, who joins us from the National Mustard Museum. How are you today?
I'm great, thanks, Jessa.
Always glad to have you. Now, one thing I want to ask you, one of your specialties is cooking with mustard.
Correct.
And I'm very excited because you're going to show us a fabulous dish here.
Yes.
But I have to ask you, I know ketchup is like your arch nemesis.
The mortal enemy.
You do
yes.
not care for ketchup at all.
Do not. I never
But
use
I've
it.
never met a person that has never, ever used ketchup.
I don't use ketchup.
You don't use ketchup ever. Never, never, ever.
Okay, all right, I will confess. I have used ketchup for a very special dish. You're familiar with beef stroganoff?
Yes.
You've heard of beef stroganoff.
Yeah.
Classic Russian dish, goes back to the 19th century, named after Count Stroganov. There really was a count who was in the court of Alexander III.
Okay.
The classic dish would use tomato paste and beef stock, and it can be a little complicated. Well, one day I was making it, and I didn't have tomato paste. And I said, what are we gonna do? And my wife had been hiding some ketchup. So I ended up using it. And you know, it's actually great. It's a great dish. It does use mustard. And what we start with is ketchup. We actually use 2 parts ketchup, 1 part Worcestershire.
I never
sauce.
thought I'd see the day
I know, but here we're gonna.
where this is in Barry Levinson's hands.
That's right. We're gonna
Mark
put in.
your calendars. Busted with
I've been
ketchup.
busted.
Caught him
And-
red-handed, literally.
But we also are going to put in a little dry mustard as well.
Okay,
about
you've
a
redeemed
teaspoon.
yourself.
Yeah, you got to put that in, and we're using Coleman's mustard.
So tell me about dry mustard. Now,
Dry mustard comes from the mustard seed, and this is what happens when it is ground up very fine, and we're going to mix it in real well. Normally, you want this to sit about 20 minutes,
Okay.
so that the mustard comes through. Now
We
you could
won't
say you
put you
didn't
through
use
that.
very much. You know, what's the difference if you didn't do it well? You really want to do it.
Okay.
So what we're going to do, I have already sautéed up some onions
Yes.
and some mushrooms. Those are necessary ingredients for this great dish.
Okay, so you
And
pre-cooked some things
right.
for us.
We're also going to generously season with salt and pepper. We've added the
Love
salt already.
seasoning.
And here you can see we've got the pan hot.
Yep, get it sizzling, get it moving, and there it is on the pan.
And we already have our onions
And
mushrooms, which are necessary. The sauce, though, of course, is what makes this so special.
Yeah, and I can't believe you really didn't need a whole lot of the mustard seed to make that
No,
what it needs to
but
be.
you would miss it if you didn't
Yeah,
have it.
absolutely.
Without it, you don't want it. So we're going to cook this up. I'm using tenderloin.
Okay,
Don't cheat.
don't you,
A lot of
Do
people
something
think
good.
of beef stroganoff as a Russian beef stew. It is not a stew at all. This is
No.
something that you want to use a very tender cut of meat because it's quickly cooked. You can
Well,
see.
and I think this is a nice and really a pretty quick dish all together.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
overall.
you can make up ahead of time the sautéed mushrooms and the onions, and at the
Right.
very last minute, you can see we're just cooking
You
these.
can kind of prep some things before people
Sure.
get there if
Yep.
you're going to
Have
entertain.
the sauce
right?
ready.
Before family gets home.
And I like it rare. So just cook it up. Add now the,
Put it
just
in.
to heat them up, mushrooms, which are part of the classic dish, as well as
Smells
the
so
onions.
good too already. Amazing.
Yeah, we're just heating those up now.
Now I'm gonna sneak a peek at this mustard because I'm curious, and I haven't done this before. I don't know if folks at home are like me, where I didn't even think to cook with mustard powder, and so I'm curious now.
Yeah.
So you can really add this to sauces. You can
Yeah, you
add
can.
this
You
to your
want to let
cooking.
it sit for at least 20 minutes to
Okay.
come to kind of to bloom properly and for the reaction to take place.
Right.
All right.
So do
that's
as we
pretty
say,
much
not
done.
as we do, right?
Pretty much done. We're going to add the sauce just
There it
to
goes.
heat through.
Okay.
That's all you need to do is heat it.
Okay, so we're not cooking the sauce. We're just kind of getting
Right.
it to the temperature we need.
Right, and we're going
For
to
our
actually
dish.
turn this off because it will warm up, and then key
Let it
ingredient,
do its thing.
sour cream.
There's more.
You have to have sour cream in beef stroganoff.
I like how many condiments we're bringing into this
Yep.
today. This
So-
is a condiment-heavy item.
All you're going to do, you're not going to boil it, you're just going to heat this through.
Okay.
All you have to do.
And you got a nice sizzle going. That's all part of the fun of the
Good
cooking,
sizzle.
right? You gotta
Yeah.
need a good sizzle.
Okay. Just going to heat it. Now,
Okay.
could you use low-fat sour cream? Yeah, but why?
Why would you do
Oh,
that?
come on.
No.
Let's go for the real deal.
That's as crazy as using ketchup.
right.
No, I'm
Yeah,
just
I
kidding.
know. Now, normally I would use tomato paste.
Okay.
But it actually works very well. And we're just going to stir it and heat it through.
Okay.
Typically, this would be served over
smells
broad noodles,
amazing.
or in Russia, they would use matchstick potatoes.
Oh, okay. So
Yep.
your carbohydrate of choice.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely phenomenal. Delicious. Oh my God, I can't wait. This is
Yep.
so cool.
We're going to
So-
plate it, and you're going to taste this, and you're going to say, this is so easy. What did it take, 6 minutes to
Yeah,
do?
that was quick. That was very quick.
And
Now, what other kinds of things do you use your powder for?
well, you can make up, actually you can easily make just Chinese mustard. The stuff you get in the Chinese restaurant, you take that, blend it with cold water, maybe a little bit of sesame oil,
Okay.
a little rice wine vinegar, and you're good.
Outstanding.
So,
Good.
we
Okay.
have done this, and
Can
we're
I
gonna
give it a
put-
try?
Give it a try. Where
All
did our
right.
fork go? You got
That's
a fork?
okay. I'm going to use a spoon.
I have a fork somewhere, but
No,
oh well.
we lost it.
Okay,
Alrighty.
taste that.
Let me give it a go here.
Easy to make. What, made it
Wow.
in 5, 6 minutes.
Oh my
Have the
God.
beef prepared. This is the thing you want to do at the last minute. It's not a stew. It is a quick saute. It goes back to the middle of the 19th century. Count Stroganoff, by the way, was not the person who invented it. He was a gourmet. Somehow his name got attached to it. It's been popular ever since. So that's how you
Wow.
make classic Stroganoff. If you don't put the mustard in, you'll miss it.
No, you need the mustard. I
You
can
gotta
taste it a
have-
little bit.
Yeah, you want to
It's
have that
outstanding.
mustard in there, a little Worcestershire sauce, a very easy way of doing classic beef stroganoff. So remember, Chez Moutard, the restaurant that cooks with mustard, uses mustard every day, and it's in your kitchen when you use mustard.
That's right. And go get your Coleman's mustard. Make this sauce. It's outstanding. Barry, thank you so much for joining us, sharing this fabulous dish. We'll have you back.
Thanks.
You know it. And
Hasta
we'll
la
have you
mustard.
back. We'll be back with more Restaurant Show right after the break.